Hi everyone, my name is Paul. In today's video, we'll be going over some tips and tricks on how to repair drywall nail pops in a textured ceiling. I'll be using a quick setting powdered joint compound, a drywall pan and knife. I like to use the smaller, like a putty knife, a hammer and a nail set, a dark colored cloth, a Ziploc baggie, topping compound, and a heat gun or hair dryer. The two variables that you'll have on matching a ceiling are color and texture. So to find out if your ceilings are painted, take a dark colored cloth, wet the tip, and wipe your ceiling. If you have the joint compound on the cloth, you know your ceilings are not painted. Typically where I'm from, ceilings will be done with a topping compound. If your ceilings are painted and you have nothing on the cloth, you'll either have to try to find a paint to match it, or if you have the paint, naturally you can use the paint that goes with it. A tip that I have is if you have an attic access panel, if your ceilings are painted, take your attic access panel out of the attic, take it to a paint store, and have them color match it. It should get you close enough. Now that we know if our ceilings are painted or not, we'll go to the next step. Take a nail set and a hammer, and drive the nail into the ceiling pretty far. You actually want that nail to go up in past the drywall. Next, take your powdered mix joint compound and your small putty knife. And you want to keep this area as small as possible. You don't want to go much bigger than the nail pop area. You can actually even take your finger. You can control it a little easier to put the material in there and then wipe it smooth. The purpose of this coat is simply just to feel the nail pop smooth. You don't want any dimples going in or out. You just want a smooth surface. Next, heat the area up with a heat gun or hair dryer until it turns white, being sure not to hold it on one spot for too long. Add a second coat if needed to make it completely smooth. Heat the area again. And this is what it looks like before we put a texture. Get a small amount of joint compound, the topping compound, and we're going to add some water to make it easier to work with, to make it more like a texture consistency that the original installer would have used. Next, take your sandwich bag, put some of the joint compound, and it takes very, very little, down in the bag, and try to hold it to one side. You can actually squeeze it down. Basically, we're making a piping bag. Cut the tip, and you can see it'll squeeze out. The next step is to take your mixed up topping compound in your baggie, put it on the nail pop area, just dabbing it on, You can use the bag to dab it. You can use your finger and kind of smack it up there just to create the texture. Or you could even take a paintbrush, a small paintbrush, and dab, just to add a little bit of texture. And the finished product, once it dries, will be just like your original textured ceiling. Here's the repaired area the next day after the joint compound is dried. If you would like to see more DIY videos just like this, give us a thumbs up or comment below. Thanks for watching.